Welcome to Networks Professionals.
So, you've probably heard the term VPN thrown around, right? But what exactly is it? And more importantly, is it something you actually need? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how a VPN works and why it just might be a super important tool for your online privacy. Let's dive in. Okay, picture this. You're at your favorite coffee shop. You hop on their free Wi-Fi to check some emails or scroll through social media. Seems totally heartless, doesn't it? But here's the thing. That public network can be like an open book, making it surprisingly easy for someone else on that same network to get a peek at what you're doing online. And that's exactly where a VPN comes into play. You can almost think of it like a digital invisibility cloak. It's a tool that's specifically designed to shield you from those prying eyes, especially when you're out and about in the more public parts of the internet. So, what does VPN even stand for? It's a virtual private network, and honestly, that name says it all. It literally creates a private, secure connection for you over a public one, whether that's the coffee shop Wi-Fi or, even your own internet at home. Probably the easiest way to really get how this works is to imagine your own personal encrypted tunnel. When you use a VPN, all of your internet traffic, everything you do, travels through this super secure tunnel, totally shielded from the outside world. So how is this secure tunnel actually built? What's the magic behind it? Well, the mechanics are surprisingly straightforward, but they are incredibly powerful. Let's take a quick look at what's really going on inside. Here's a really great way to see the difference. Without a VPN, your internet traffic is kind of like sending an open postcard. Anyone who intercepts it can read it, and that includes your internet provider. Plus, your IP address, which is basically your digital home address, is just out there for all to see. But with a VPN, that postcard gets sealed in a high-tech security envelope. Your activity is scrambled, and your real IP address is completely hidden. This whole process really just boils down to two key steps. First up, encryption. This is the scrambling part I was talking about. The VPN uses these really complex codes to turn all your data into complete gibberish that no one can possibly decipher. And second, there's IP masking. So instead of using your real IP address, you basically borrow one from the VPN server. To the rest of the internet, it looks like you're browsing from a totally different city or even a different country. So to put it really simply, these two actions work together to make your data unreadable and your actual location invisible. It's a seriously powerful one-two punch for your online privacy. Okay, so now we know how it works, but why should you care? What are the real-world benefits of using this whole secure tunnel thing? Let's look at some of the biggest reasons people use them. First off, like we've been saying, you get way more privacy on public Wi-Fi. Huge. It also lets you get around those annoying geo-restrictions, so you can access streaming shows or websites as if you were in another country. It can also be an absolutely vital tool for people trying to get around censorship in places where the internet is heavily restricted. And, of course, for anyone who works remotely, it adds a much-needed layer of security when connecting to your company's network. All right, but I gotta be real with you for a second. It's really important to know that a VPN is a tool, not a magic wand. There are some potential risks and things you absolutely need to be aware of. This isn't to scare you, it's about making sure you know what you're getting into. For example, some VPN services might use weak or outdated encryption, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? There's also a risk of something called a DNS leak. That's when some of your online requests might accidentally slip outside the VPN tunnel, revealing what you're up to. And here's the big one. Pay really close attention to a provider's no logging policy. A lot of good VPNs promise not to track your data, but some of the shadier ones might be doing just that. So after all of that, what's the one thing you really need to remember? The big takeaway here is understanding where a VPN fits into your overall digital security plan. And here's the crucial point. A VPN is an incredibly powerful tool for boosting your privacy, but it is not a guarantee of total 100% anonymity. Think of it as just one important piece of a much bigger digital security puzzle. It works best when you combine it with other good habits, like using strong passwords and just being mindful of what you share online. And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In this day and age, where so much of our lives are online, it's worth taking a moment to ask yourself, what does online privacy truly mean to you? Because figuring out your own answer to that, that's the first real step to protecting it.
Thanks for watching.